Hey guys, this video will be talking about exactly how I was able to make over $12,000 with faceless content as a 17-year-old. And usually when I tell people, most of them actually just don't believe me, which is fair because honestly, I wouldn't believe myself if I told myself a year ago from now. I definitely did not have rich parents, I didn't have good equipment, and I definitely did not have some sort of massive following already for me. Like, I had nothing, literally nothing. I had my phone, an internet connection, and 30 minutes a day. That's pretty much all I had, and that's all you will need to be able to have the exact same results, if not greater results than me. I had this crazy idea that maybe, just maybe, this would be able to work out for me. And I'm going to show you exactly every step of the way of how you guys are going to do it too. So I'm going to show you, this is some of my results, so you know I'm not bullshitting you. This is in one day, in one day, in one day. So you're 312, 74, 400. You get the gist of it. I want to be very clear. I did this with barely any effort. Imagine what you could do if you worked to the bone on this, bro. Like, and I'm not saying that I didn't work at all. I spent like 12 hours a day on work, but on the things I actually made money on, I spent like 30 minutes a day. It's crazy when you think about it. And I'm going to rewind for you. I'm Jalen, and when I was 14, I was like most people my age, scrolling on Instagram, watching YouTube, wishing I had money to buy the things I wanted, and feeling like I was stuck, waiting until I was older to actually live life. But then I decided to do something about it. I did drop shipping, which is, I mean, everyone does drop shipping at the start, for about 4 months, with actually, I mean, obviously didn't work out. Then I moved to copywriting. If you guys know what copywriting is, that was another 2.5 years. Oh my God, 2.5 years making zero progress. That's crazy. I'm gonna say that again. 2.5 years of no progress. Whew, that is a long time. I was working every single day as hard as I could. It was a rough 2.5 years, let me tell you. And I decided to make a faceless account on the side, which was pretty bleak as well at the start, but slowly gained traction, and with the steps I'm about to tell you, and I was able to grow to over 170,000 followers and over $12,000 made before I could even drive a car, which is kind of wild. But yeah, I'm going to show you the exact steps on how you're going to be able to do that too. So let's go dive into what actually is faceless content. So faceless content is just creating content without showing your face. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's faceless content. There's some extra steps I've added and implemented into it. It's everything you'll need to know is going to be in this video. Generating cash while you sleep, which is just the products that you're going to be able to sell, and you have no work that you need to implement after you've already made the product. So you're going to make a bunch of money, and this insane ROI. You know how much money you're going to be able to spend on this? Nothing. You don't have to spend a cent. You really don't have to spend a cent. You can get these results without having to spend a single cent. If you make $1, you've made $1. You haven't spent that money on something else that you're going to be having to waste on in the future. There are a bunch more benefits that I'm going to be able to tell you below, but those are just the main goals that I'm going to be able to get and show you throughout the video. Now, what will you actually be learning how to do? You're going to be learning how you can get your pages to tens, if not hundreds of thousands of followers, which is not impossible. Trust me, it might seem crazy to you, but you really can do this. Generate thousands of dollars with little to no effort, which is also wild to think about. But it literally does not take as much effort as you would think if you play it smart. And with everything that I'm going to be able to teach you in this video, you will be able to make that happen. Make big connections, right? So me personally, I've been able to talk to people who have had millions and millions of followers, you know, really, really big people. And that's all been possible due to my faceless page that has just been leveraged to make those connections. So it's really, really beneficial. I've talked to millionaires before. It's crazy. Secure future, which is really obvious, because if you play your money right with the money that you actually make, then you're going to be able to have a secured future. So let's get straight into the steps right now. Step 1, picking a niche. Now, if you don't know what a niche is, it's basically what content you're actually making. Anyway, you'll be able to know more about it after in a second. Here's the first lesson that I wish I knew when I started. It's stop overthinking your niche. It doesn't matter. Trust me, it does not matter. And if you don't like it, you can just start again. It seriously does not matter. People waste weeks, sometimes months, this was me, trying to decide the perfect niche. And they get stuck in this thing called analysis paralysis, which is where you are so focused on trying to analyze and find the perfect scenario and all those objective different routes, and just never taking action. You're reading all these books, watching all these videos, and the action never takes place. All right, you need to get out of this analysis paralysis. This is why you haven't been able to make $12,000 with faceless marketing, right? This is what you're trying to stop with this video, and this is what I'm going to help you with to do. The 4 main niches, right, to go into, and don't get overwhelmed, please. Just look at these as just me giving you some background information, all right? So fitness, so getting people into the gym, eating healthier, better habits, information on how to improve themselves, right? Entertainment, creating funny content, memes, unique videos, obviously, etc. Having fun facts, did you know content. You know, you see those science reels or whatever. Rage baiting, oh my god, rage baiting works like a charm. It's so OP. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Brain nourishment, helping people with screen time, helping them appreciate life, feel grateful. I actually have an account that works in brain nourishment with over, like, it was like 40,000 followers or something like that. And I've been able to help thousands of people with depression and stuff, and like stopping people committing suicide. It's really great. Like, it's a good thing. Just don't make money off that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Helping struggling people getting confidence when talking to others. So this is in relationships. Helping understand toxic behaviors, etc. That's like a lot of what people do as well, and people get excited on. But again, like I said just before, it does not matter. The secret isn't picking the perfect niche. It's picking a niche and sticking with it long enough to see results, right? Retiring your parents takes action, not thought. I can't stress this enough. Take action, okay? Be an action taker. Step 2, okay? Step 2 is starting fresh. Once I had my niche, I created a brand new Instagram account. Fresh start, clean slate, and here is why. When you start a new account, you're free to shape it around the kind of audience you want to attract. I swear to God, do not create faceless content on your personal account. This is the dumbest thing you can do. Just create a new Instagram account. If you don't know how to do that, just search it up. Take a quick Google search. It is very, very, very easy to learn. You can just, it's super simple. Once you make a new page, just post the content on there, right? Just don't worry about posting on your personal page. Just none of that bullshit. Just post content on that new page. Now, I treated my new page like a business from day one because I had a plan. I understood that followers won't pay bills. This is essential to understand. Followers will not pay bills. And it's a wake-up call for people that think that followers matter, because they seriously don't. It's a cool party trick. You can go show your friends and show off and stuff. They, oh, look, I've got 100,000 followers or whatever. But seriously, your life is not going to be fine once you have 100,000 followers. You need quality followers, followers that actually want to buy from you. And I named my page around my niche and set up a bio and made it clear what kind of content people should expect. If you're doing like troll reels as well, it doesn't really matter. It's, you know, it's same with this. You don't need a fancy logo, but if you do want one, there are free logo generators that you can find online. They're super simple to use. They are just super helpful if you need some fancy logos. But I mean, again, you don't need a logo. It's not the end of the world. Step 3 is learning from the best. Now, you have to start studying. And I don't mean like watching other creators. Like, I mean study it like it's homework. Scroll on reels and stuff, but watch their content, see what they're doing, because whichever niche you've chosen, there are going to be some big content creators in there. Whether, even if they're not faceless, just steal what they're talking about. Steal their topics, steal their ideas. It doesn't matter. Follow the biggest pages in your niche, right? That's the first thing. Look what's working for them. Do not copy their posts. That is a mistake that a bunch of beginners make. Understand their themes. Understand what they're doing. Don't just do what they do. Understand why they do what they do. How they structured the content, the way they hooked you in, how often they posted, even the style of the captions. So if it's a reel that you're watching, you have to understand, why are you watching it? You have to scroll with intention. Scroll with intention. Think every move you make has intention. You have to wonder, why am I watching this? What makes this entertaining for me? Then you can steal those sorts of things. That's what makes being young, if you're young, helpful, because you understand what is funny in our generation. That's why you send reels to your friends, because you know they'll find it funny, right? You already understand this step. It's like reverse engineering success. It's easy. It's not difficult. Step 4 is generating ideas. But here's a problem. Knowing what works doesn't automatically give you endless ideas. This is essential to know. That's where ChatGPT actually became my secret weapon. I would sit down and tell it my niche, and it would generate video lists ideas for me. So like, what does that mean? It saves you a bunch of mental strain, and it saves so much time. And what it stops you from burning out, because if you're struggling with, I don't know, you might be in school, or you might have a job, or you might have all these things that you need to be focused on and have priorities. You can have this on the side. You don't need to make it difficult for yourself. You can solve that by making ChatGPT do the hard labor for you, having it give you the ideas and stuff. But here's the key. Never copy and paste the ideas that ChatGPT gives you, because they will never work if you just straight up copy and paste it. Try and add your own twists, make them unique, make them creative, make them have your own little touch on it. Those are the things that you need to be doing to make that impact, all right? That's what makes you stand out in the crowded space. Step 5 is learning the tools. So what I mean by tools is like these AI tools or these editing tools, right? Now, content ideas are great, but the right tools are required to bring them to life. My tool of choice is Capcut. And at first, I used the free version for a while, but it's all you need really, like when you're starting. But eventually, please, I highly suggest you get the Capcut Premium as soon as you can. Once you get that Capcut Premium, oh my God, you have so many more benefits. It is insane. You will be so grateful that you got the Capcut Premium. I think they have a trial as well that you can do. It's just so helpful. There's so many features that you can use. Videos, voice captions, AI voiceover. If you want to actually use that for free, I've got this website called 11 Labs. It's really good. It's got free AI voices. You got extra effects, extra transitions, sound effects, pretty much everything. Now, these gave me a competitive advantage against other people who didn't really use these things. These are the things that you want to have to get an edge on your opponents, or I wouldn't say your opponents, but the people that you're trying to overshadow, right? You want to get attention in this economy. Step 6 is consistency over perfection. Now, this one is extremely important, and it's just the hardest, right? Posting consistently. I told myself that I would upload 3 to 5 videos a day no matter what at the start, and I did at first. It was pretty exhausting. I didn't really understand what I was doing, but the more I did it, the faster I got, right? Most people make the mistake of chasing perfection. I didn't. My rule was simple: volume beats perfection. Nowadays, it was I think it's like 30 a day, 10 to 30 a day on average. It's really good. Every video is a new lottery ticket, and eventually one of them's gonna hit. That is an essential part of something that you need to understand. It is so important that you understand that every single video is a lottery ticket. If you had 1,000,000 chances to get a lottery ticket, a free lottery ticket, to get a $10 million prize, would you take that? Would you spam it a bunch of times? Yeah, why wouldn't you? That's the same thing about with content. You have infinite free chances to making this work. All you have to do is take those chances, all right? Now, let's go to the next step, right? This is where it gets good. This is where it gets amazing. Step 7, finally monetizing, right? When I finally started getting followers, I knew I needed to make money, right? Instead of waiting for brand deals or AdSense, I made my own products. Don't wait for that sort of stuff, bro. Like, if you make it on TikTok, you need at least $10,000 to start generating cash online. And even then, you have to be in the US to actually make any profits, right? So actually start selling the products so you don't have to wait for that. And with those days, I was making over $300 on average. And with those days, I was only selling a $5 product. That was all I was selling, by the way. A $5 product. And I was making $300 to $400 on average. That's crazy to think about, don't you think? And it's insane. Once people start buying, the sales didn't stop. They came in while I was asleep, while I was at school, and while I was out with friends. Like, I was out just talking to my mates, and I remember just ding, 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 payments all the time. It's just what happens, man. And that's when I realized it was just more than just content. It was a system, and that's what everyone was using. Oh, I just realized I just copied and pasted that. Let me delete that real quick. Yeah, step 8 now, all right? Making connections. Now, this is the most fun of all of the steps. I would say more fun than making the money. Maybe not. I don't know. But using your following and money generation to actually leverage yourself to get conversations with the people that are huge, right? Contact bigger accounts and brands, partner with them, collab on posts. This is the fun part. You talk to people, you reach out, you take your shot, you say, hey, I know how to make content. You want to talk about how I can help you with that as well, right? Or not even that, just making connections. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? on those big accounts, you make that connection. That is a simple way on how you're going to be able to connect yourself with the best people possible. Now, like I've said at the start, I've gotten to talk to people with millions and millions of followers and even millionaires, all because of faceless content. So I've talked to people hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of followers, millions of dollars. It's crazy. Now let's go to the next step, right? Step 9 is breakthrough. Jesus. But let me be honest with you. This did not happen overnight. It literally didn't. I went weeks without seeing traction. I think it was like 4 or 5, 6 or 7. There were times I wanted to quit, but I kept posting. And then one day, one of my videos just blew up. It was crazy. That single post brought in thousands of followers and traffic to my product and real money into my account. Before then, I seriously had like negative $40 in my account. It was bad. I was genuinely the most broke kid in the world. That moment changed everything for me. I remember waking up that morning and seeing that one of my reels actually took off, and I was like, yo, finally. And that was after like 3 years of business. But you know what? Guess what? I had no idea for what I was doing. A chunk of it, I had no one to teach me, and I had no one to guide me on any way of how to do it. But luckily for you, you have me to guide you every single step of the way to make sure that you will be able to get successful off of this, right? So make sure you subscribe and go to my Instagram and follow me there. It'll be linked in my YouTube bio. But if you want to go on Instagram and you can't find it, it's just Jalen X Faceless. You can't miss it. I look like the guy there, right? Now this is just a summary of this video. You guys have done a great job. I hope you've been writing this down, everything. And if you need to save this video, I'm going to be probably taking chunks of this and posting it onto my Instagram. So if you want to go there, and that can't stress enough, do listen to every single thing I've said, right? Everything I've said is important. I've taken out all the fluff so it'll help you as much as possible. Now, this is the reflection, right? The first dollar I made online passively felt like magic. I remember I made like a couple of dollars with like drop shipping, but making it passively just felt different. It was amazing. And because you make money while you sleep, your brain just finally gets it. Retiring your parents, buying freedom, whatever your dream is, it's not a dream anymore, bro. It's only a matter of time. You just have to stay consistent, right? And so that's the exact process that I used as a 17-year-old to make over $12,000 with faceless content. And here's the truth. If I can do it, so can you. But you have to take action, right? Stop overthinking, stop waiting for the perfect time, and start today. Anyway, I hope this helped you very much. And if you did, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and go to my Instagram, follow that so you just don't miss any of the videos that I put up on there. That is where I mainly post. But yeah, catch you later in the next one, and I hope to see you get some money off this, right? If you have any questions, you can DM me on my Instagram. I'll answer you, no problem. But yeah, peace, man. Let's go.